everybody. So my name is Jake. I'm the hot shop manager here at Lake Superior Art Class. I'm going to be doing some hot shop demos for you today. We're going to be making a pint glass, a stemless wine glass, and a tumbler. Hey, people are starting to join. Awesome. I'll let people go ahead and start joining a little bit here while I keep getting set up. So, I just want to give a shout out to Governor Walls for letting us get back onto some manufacturing production. Here's some examples of what we're going to be making today. So first, we're going to be making just a classic tumbler. Perfect little rocks glass tumbler for, you know, maybe a cocktail or water glass, juice glass, whatever have you. That's what we're going to start off with today. Our next one will be this guy right here, which is a stemless wine goblet. And the final one will be this guy, pint glass. So we have three different models of our recycled drinkware, which is actually our weekly special. So we have a sale going on for our recycled drinkware right now on our website. It all comes out this beautiful blue color. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but it does change. We can't really control the color too much, but it all does melt down blue. Now in the beginning of the day, the top of the pot has less of the blue in it. We think it's because some of the cobalt, which gives it that blue color, actually sinks to the bottom of this crucible that I'm going to be gathering out of. So at the end of the day, the glass will be more blue. In the beginning of the day, it's going to be less blue. So we'll kind of see what we got. Also, this is the last day to order something for Mother's Day. Kathleen, I see you. So if you're out there and you want to get Kathleen a present, today's the day for shipping that out. And just thanks to everybody for supporting us here at Lake Superior Art Class during these troubling times. We really do appreciate all your support. It goes a long way, even making just a small purchase. With that note, we do have clearance items on sale right now, which is these recycled glass drinkwares. We also have swag items, sweatshirts, things that never go out of style. So, yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you the mold I'm going to be using. So, I actually made this mold, and this is just a piece of tubing, steel tubing welded to a steel plate. And you can see I also created little slices at the very bottom. That's to let some of the steam escape out of this when I'm blowing into it. That's how we keep our cups nice and even, so they actually, you know, come right out of the mold just like that. Good morning, Linda. Hi, Quinn. So I also lined the inside of this mold with cork, so it's not going to get chill marks from that steel. It's going to have a kind of a smooth finish, just like that. So this is dunked in water, so it doesn't burn the cork. Cork is a really nice medium for glass blowing. Well, it will burn, but it won't scuzz the glass. So I'm going to give this one more dunk in water here. That's good and quenched. Let's put that up right there. Okay, so these are available online, like I said. Feel free to check it out. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully you guys are able to see here, and I'll try to check in and see if we have any questions or anything like that. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. So the first step is going to be gathering out of our furnace, which today is right here. Okay, so if you can see, yep, you'll be able to see me open and gather. So I'm going to go ahead and get a gather. Let's get cracking. So I got a blow pipe right here. I'm going to get my first gather. This pot is straight down, so I can go straight down into it. Just like that. And I need to get some of this glass off the pipe. So that's where I come to the barber and really squeeze some of that glass off the end of the pipe. Barbering it to get a nice round, even shape. And I'm going to pop the starter bubble. So you might be able to see this happen here, where that little bubble will kind of start to form right on the inside, just like that. So every time I use the Marver, which is the steel table that this iPad is sitting on, it chills the glass. So it's really considered like a big ice block for glass blowing. It's going to suck the heat out of that glass. In this case, I want that to happen so I can go get that second gather glass. These cups take 2 gathers of glass, and when I gather down like that, I'm not able to get as much. So I really need to work as hard as I can to use the glass that I do get. All right. This is cooled off sufficiently. I'm going to get the next gather. So there we have our second gather of glass. Now I'm going to use what's known as a block. It's a cherry wood bucket on the end of a handle. Used for shaping the fresh glass. We use cherry wood because it's a more dense wood and it doesn't burn out as quickly as other woods. I'm also going to use my wet newspaper. This is just 9 sheets of the Pioneer press. Forms a nice pad like this so I can shape the glass without burning my hand. I'm going to start to blow and let this elongate by angling it down. So, there you can see we got our bubble started. Look at it stretch. It's starting to elongate. That's just fine. It's actually what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a jack line using my jacks, which are 2 metal blades, lubricated with beeswax so they glide nice and smoothly over that glass. The jack line is where this piece will eventually separate from the pipe, allowing me to open the cup from the other side. But just like that, with that one gather, I'm already set up to hit the mold. So what I'm going to do now is go get some more heat in the glory hole or reheating chamber. And I'm going to drop down into the mold here. And I apologize, I don't think you guys will really be able to see too well going into the mold. But you'll be able to see when it comes out. So just one sec here. Just a reminder, it's the last day to make an order for Mother's Day through LSAG. So I'm heating inside the glory hole right now, which is at about 2,300 degrees. And I'm really heating the bottom 2/3. Leaving my jack line a bit stiffer so that it stays. And I'm ready to go into the mold, straight up and down. So there we go. Nice cup shape, blew right out. Now I'm going to make sure it's kind of trued up. And I'm going to use a wooden paddle to flatten the bottom of the cup so it'll sit nice and flat. I'm also cooling down some of that fresh glass that's a little bit thicker on the bottom because I'm ready to transfer this. This is called the punty transfer. I'll be sticking another bit of glass to the very bottom middle of this cup. And it's going to stick right to the bottom. And then I'm going to add water to that constriction line, tap the pipe, and this whole piece will separate and stay stuck to that other piece of glass. So I'm going to give this a quick flash and get a punty. a solid rod going back into the furnace. Getting just a small amount of glass. It doesn't take much. And I got to shape that up here. Okay. So I grab the cup. And I'm going to stick this at the very bottom. Hopefully right in the middle. Looks like a good stick. I'm going to add a little bit of water to that constriction line. Okay, and here's the drum roll. Give it a little tap. And it's now on a separate rod, so I can start to open the cup from the other side. There we go. So I'm going to head back to the bench and just make sure that this is centered on that punty and that it's sitting nice and flat. So that as I make the opening, it matches the plane of the bottom of the cup so that everything's even. Looks pretty good. So now I'm going to really heat it up and start to open up the cup. I'm really going to focus the heat just on the lip of the cup. If I heat the punty up anymore, it'll start moving around. I don't want that. Hope you all are enjoying this beautiful weather that we have. If you're in Minnesota, I guess you might have even better weather if you're somewhere else. Real key here to get this glass nice and hot and to not rush this step, so that I'm able to really open this up nice and easy. To open it up, I'm going to be using the same tool I used to make the constriction. That's those metal jacks. Alright, we're just about there. I can see the front of the cup starting to move around a little bit. Let's try to open this guy up. So, I'm going to go on the outside of the cup to set the shape a little bit and then rip open the lip. And then go back on the outside. Also flattening the lip to make sure that it's even. And there we go. So that's how we make one of our recycled blue glass tumblers. That was fast, wasn't it, Linda? Thank you. So the last step is to remove this and put it away in the annealer. I'm going to go do that right now. Finished tumbler. Okay. So, first piece done. Good work. So the next piece is is going to be our stemless recycled wine glass. This uses a different process, so I'm not able to make a mold so easily to accomplish that shape because of the nice curves to it. So we actually hired a guy to make us a graphite mold. This looks like this. So this is graphite. It opens, and I drop the bubble inside of it, turn and blow, and so that'll come right out of there. One thing with the graphite mold is it does chill the glass a little bit more. And because it's chilling the glass, you're going to see a little bit of some of these kind of nice chill marks that you get to see, which creates some cool optics. I'm going to throw on my bandana here. Little toasty this morning. So, keep in mind too, on our online store we do have a clearance section. That clearance section, I think I have a couple of pieces for sale. A lot of awesome artwork on there right now that's probably more affordable than normal. So feel free to check that out, lakespearartclass.com. I'm going to go ahead and get started on this next piece. Let me know if you guys do have any questions. I do peek over here and read, so I'll be able to check it out. Alright, so this piece is basically the same setup as the other one. I'm going to go ahead and get that first gather. So, opening up, going down to the 2100 degree crucible, filled with molten clear glass, and there we have a fresh gather. That's about the consistency right there when it comes out. A bit like room temperature honey. Nice shape, nice and even. Go ahead and blow and cap. Should be able to see that bubble coming through the glass. I plugged. So the way I did that is I blew into the pipe and trapped my pressurized breath with my thumb. And so that pressurized air moves up through the pipe into the hot glass and expands our starter bubble. Because the heat was even, we have a nice even starter bubble. It's not, larger on one side or thinner here. It's pretty even. So I'm going to let this chill out. You can hear it's already starting to set up, which is what I want. So I'm going to go get another gather and get my setup going. There we have that nice gather. The first tool is always the block. I'm moving some of that glass off the pipe into my working area, which is actually off the end of the pipe. Once again, letting it angle down. I'm going to let it kind of just extend on its own here. Just like that. I don't want it to go too far. Paper to distribute that molten material. And blowing open the bubble. And I'm going to put in that constriction line where it breaks free from the blowpipe eventually. Putting a little bit more beeswax onto my jacks. I'm going to get one more heat and I'm going to set this up a little bit better here. So, back to the glory hole. It's really imperative to get an even bubble and to have a proper setup, because once you hit that mold, and glass is a certain distributed in a certain way, that'll be reflected when it comes out of the mold. So it's all about the setup in glass blowing. I wanted to try to match the shape as best as possible before I go into that mold. So that looks pretty good. My next step is to get this real hot and to drop into that graphite mold. Miss you too, Quinn. Here we go. So I'm going to get a pretty good heat here. So this is moving around. Once again, I'm not going to try to heat up my jack line. I'm going to try to heat the jack line and below, so that the jack line has some infrastructure to it and can withstand the turning of this bubble. Once again, these are our clearance item today, or this week, on our website, our recycled glass drinkware. We would all appreciate it if you picked up some of our hard work. Okay, so this is moving around. I'm going to drop it into the mold. Keep it closed with my feet and turn and blow. There we go. So it happens rather quick, expanding into that graphite mold. Using the paper to kind of help shape it up and cool it off, and using the graphite paddle, or excuse me, the wood paddle, to flatten the bottom. So there we go, that mold allows it to just blow right open in that nice curved, beautiful shape. So my next step is to punty and transfer this so I can open it up. I'm going to give it a quick flash. Solid rod and get just a small amount of glass on it. Very important that you don't get a ton of glass, and you don't get too little of amount of glass for your punting. A nice small amount. Shaping it to distribute that glass, so I have a small amount sticking off the end of the pipe. Okay, I'm going to stick it right to the bottom of the cup. Like so. A little bit of water to compromise my jack line. And it's transferred. Ready to open it up. So a deep flash into the glory hole, which is our reheating chamber. It's at about 2400 degrees. Our molten glass is at about 2100. So our reheating chamber is hotter than the furnace, so that as we're working, it'll reheat our glass quicker. Once again, just making sure it's flat on that punty. Looks pretty good. And I'm able to go open this up. So when I go to get this heat, I'm going to really just heat this front half forward. That way I don't jeopardize my plane that this cup is on. Periodically I'll heat the whole cup just to make sure that the whole thing stays at a workable temperature, which for us in soft glass is about between 900 degrees and anywhere above 900, you're going to be okay. If it starts getting below 900, towards 800, 700, you're going to probably lose the piece. So just that front half inside the doors. Waiting to see it starting to move around a little bit. And then opening this is going to happen pretty quick. Angling down to let it elongate a little bit on the way to the bench. Flattening the jack line area. And we just open the cup by spreading the jacks open a little bit. Letting it ride on those balls, keeping a very steady hand. And then going on the outside, and once again on the lip. And just like that, we have our stemless wine glass. You can see one looks much bluer. This is the beginning of the day, so this glass will be a little bit more clear. But this one's done, ready to go in the annealer, so I'm going to tap it free after a quick flash. Torching the bottom, make it nice and smooth. And there we go. Two pieces done. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the live stream and the hot shop here. I'm having a lot of fun. It's great to be able to share the process with all y'all out there. Not a problem, Abby. If you're watching, you should do like Abby and pick up some of the stemless wine glasses. They're on sale this week and this week only. So head on over to lakespeareartclass.com and check out the links. Okay, time for the final form here. This is a pint glass. So for this cup, we don't have currently a mold for it. So that means all of these are blown by hand, which I guess the other ones are blown by hand too, but this is freehand, so there's no mold. So I'm kind of in charge of the total profile of this glass. For the pint glasses, I really try to get that nice profile, a little bit of a slight gentle curve, and a nice flat lip on the top. And I like to try to also keep a decent amount of glass at the bottom so that it's a little bit bottom heavy and it won't tip over on you. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one started. And this one will be a little bit longer and you'll get to see a little bit more freehand glass blowing. Thanks for watching. Let's get it started. I got my blowpipe ready here. Give it a quick heat. You always want the end of your blowpipe to be glowing a little bit red. That means it's above 900 degrees, which is ideal temperature for doing a temporary fusion to the glass. All right. So our first gather here. Now for these, I want to try to get as much glass as possible because a pint glass is a bit bigger. So I'm going to do a technique right here where I roll on the rails of my bench, which you can see has scooted a lot of that glass off the pipe can finish it here, and it'll end up in our piece. So, I'm all set up to blow and cap and get a starter bubble. Should be able to see it come through here. Just like that. Happens pretty quick. Well, the hotter the glass, the quicker that bubble can come through. A lot of beginners, it's really hard to blow that bubble and to know how quickly it's going to come out. But I've made so many of these that I've gotten pretty good at getting a nice even starter bubble to come out. This one's pretty big for a starter bubble. I wouldn't normally make a starter bubble this big, but when I'm plunging into that furnace, I need a large surface area to grab a lot of glass. So I make my starter bubble kind of as big as possible. Okay, it's cooled down sufficiently. So I'm going to go ahead and get that second gather and try to get as much as I can here. That's pretty good. I'm going to do that same technique. Squeezing some of that glass off the pipe. And I'm going to use my wet cherry wood block. Some of that glass even more off the pipe into my workable area. Now for the pint glass, they're a bit different. I want to try to blow a wide bubble to begin with. So I'm going to cool the very tip so the bubble doesn't go to the tip. Like that, I'm going to roll it on the marber just like this. The marber, once again, is a big ice block, sucking the heat from the tip of the glass. So as I blow, it'll blow those shoulders nice and wide and not out the bottom of the cup. Quickly going to the bench to get this jack line started. That looks pretty good. I'm going to blow a little bit more. Like a really nice setup. Using my jacks to chill that jack line. Once again, I don't want that jack line to move, so I'm using these metal tools that will suck the heat out of it, just like the marber does. Glass blowing is all about heat distribution. One area is hot, one area is cold, the glass will reflect that. So I'm going to let this chill out. I'm even going to use a tool called a sophietta to blow on the jack line. And those shoulders, cooling it off. So now when I heat up, I'm going to heat just from this shoulder down, and I'm going to swing it, dropping out the glass and elongating the pint glass. So back into the glory hole. And just having the front half of this piece inside that very hot heat. Thanks everybody for watching. This is the first demo on the hot shop that we've done. Hopefully you're enjoying it. So I really want to get this very, very hot. Almost juicy or runny, whatever kind of term you want to use, but I need this glass to move just with centrifugal force and gravity, which means it's going to have to get very hot. Turning the whole time. We're always combating gravity. That's why we're turning the blowpipe all the time. If we stop turning, it's going to sag towards the ground and it'll make it off center. Okay, so this is sufficiently heated. I'm going to go straight up and down and swing this, elongating out the bubble. See, it's starting to drip down. We're adding our ounces. right, that looks pretty good. I'm going to marker just the tip so I don't blow out the tip. And give it some more air. Just like that. Go back to the bench to use some tools. We use the newspaper to smooth out the walls. Make sure they're nice and crisp. And we're going to need to flatten the bottom. However, I don't have quite enough heat. So here we have a really nice setup for a pint glass. I just need to get a little bit more heat on that bottom to get a nice flat bottom. So for this, I'm just going to heat the very tip. And I'll use that cherry wood paddle to flatten it. Also chilling the sides so that as I flatten it doesn't smash it back up into the cup. It'll create a crisp bottom edge to the glass. I don't need a ton of heat here. This should be good. I'm going to go on the sides. Chill the sides first. So they're nice and even. And I'll smash the bottom flat with a cherry wood paddle. Go back to the paper to try to get this totally straight. Being a glass blower, I pay a lot of attention to cups and glasses, the shapes of the glass, profiles, if I can see imperfections, and the bottom. I always look at the bottom. If you look at the bottom, you're able to see if it was puntied, if it was mold blown, if it was polished very well. But here we have a very nice start to our pint glass. So now I just need to open up the lip of the cup. So that's our punty process. So I'm going to go get a punty. We don't make tumblers with handles, but we definitely can if you'd like one. Feel free to contact us about that. So I'm going to get a good flash here. I'm going to hang it up on the pipe hanger and get the punty. So I got the steel rod plunging into the glass. Punty is an Italian word for transfer or bridge. I like bridge because a bridge allows you to get to the other side of the water. Punty lets you get to the other side of your cup. So I'm going to stick this fresh glass right to the very bottom middle. And add a little water to my jack line. And I give it a little tap, it sends the vibrations, meets where the glass has been compromised, and it breaks free. So, just like the other cups, I'm going to heat the whole piece. Go back to the bench and make sure that it's on the same plane as the lip and that it's flat. We want it to be trued up. If it's not perfectly flat, it's not the end of the world. I can always cold work it. Cold working is a process of polishing, grinding. So I'm able to actually grind into the glass to make it flat if I need to. A lot of different styles of cold working and things you can do to glass after it's been made. So there is ways that you can alter the glass after it's been blown. Engraving or sandblasting, polishing, acid etch. There's a lot of different things that glass can be used for once it's done being made, including stained glass. on the lip. Now for this pint glass, I'm not going to just rip open the lip like I did the other cups. I'm going to do a process called tweezing and trimming. That's where I elongate the glass to get rid of some of the excess. And then I'm going to use a scissors, stainless steel shears, to actually cut back into the glass. Remove that excess material. So focusing my heat just on that top quarter of the cup, and I'm ready to tweeze and trim. Angling down a little bit. I'm going to use my tweezers and just start pulling the cup. Okay, I'm going to use the shears and now trim off that excess. Just like that. So we have a nice little profile here. Just needs to be opened up a little bit more. Periodically keeping the whole thing hot. Just a reminder, it's our last day to purchase anything online for Mother's Day if you'd like it shipped out. Head over to lakespearartglass.com and buy some of this recycled glassware that I'm making right now. Okay, so I'm going to head back to the bench and use that soffietta tool, which is an Italian word again, translates to little puffer. It lets me inflate the cup from the open end by creating a seal. So I take it, put it in and puff. Really allows me to widen out my shoulders without adding any tool marks on the glass. Alright, we are just about there. Just need to open that up a little bit more. Getting a good heat right on the lip. Also flashing the punty, keeping all these warm. And we're about ready to finish this pint glass. Going on the outside to set the profile and ripping open the lip. And there we have it. Beautiful pint glass. Alrighty. So, this guy's ready to come off and go into the annealer. I'm going to tap it off right in front of you right here. Whoop, almost lost her. Torch in the bottom. No, we don't measure these. These are freehand blown, so they do vary in size a little bit. But it is handmade artwork, craftsmanship, so it's to be expected. It wouldn't be any fun if everything was exactly the same. So here you go, the finished pint glass. Alright everybody, that concludes the demos for today. I'm going to give you a little tour of the shop here. kind of pick this camera up and walk around a little bit, give you some other shots. Hope you enjoyed those demos. Let's see how well this works here. Alright, there's my mug. So this is the furnace that I'm gathering out of. It's got a handle and it opens just like that. And down in there is that blue recycled glass. Down here is the molds, and that's the reheating chamber there.